So this is a video that I've made of my quest to obtain Thunderfury, the Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. It is a legendary item, a sword, a one-handed sword that you obtain from killing things in Blackwing Lair and in Molten Core. Um, it's mostly for RP value, although it was really good in TBC because it had a tremendous amount of threat attached to it. They changed the way it worked though, so it's no longer quite so good in later TBC and in Wrath of the Lich King. But it's still a really cool looking weapon, and it's difficult to obtain. Not a whole lot of people have it, so it's worth TVing for its own right. The way you obtain it is to get two bindings of the Windseeker that drop from Baron Geddon and from Gar in Molten Core. They're very low drop rates, and each of them is low drop rate and independent of the other. So to get the quest to start on the path towards Thunderfury, you only need to have one of the bindings, but you need to have both to complete the quest, and it's just a random chance in a 40-man raid. So you have to just grind Molten Core every week, and eventually you'll get lucky, hopefully. In addition to that, you have to have Elementium bars, which you obtain by going into Blackwing Lair and killing goblins. Here you can farm them because you can just reset the instance without having to kill bosses. On retail it was a bit more of a chore, but there were a lot more goblins to kill, so it kind of balanced itself out. And then after that, all you need to do is get the Essence of the Fire Lord that drops from Ragnaros, which is what I'm doing in this video at the moment. I cut out a lot of parts of this fight because it's a kind of a long fight when you solo it. In this video, I'm bringing in my little level 60 warrior to the instance with me so that I can form a raid group. But obviously you can see he dies right away and doesn't really do anything at all. It's pretty easy to solo this as a paladin though. As you see here, Ragnaros dies, and I can commence looting him. The weapon that you see in front of you is another legendary that drops here, but you need to get another rare drop off Ragnaros to get that. And as yet I've not had it. So I've got all these items in front of me that I would need to get rid of, spamming my screen, get rid of all this nonsense I don't care about, and get the Essence of the Fire Lord, which completes my quest, Thunderfury the Windspeaker. I've got all the other items here, as you can see, both bindings and the Elementium bars, and close all this stuff out. And then I travel to Silithus on the Old World and talk to High Lord Demetrius, and he summons Thunderfury the Windseeker, Prince Thunderfury, which is a giant air elemental that looks a lot like Ragnaros. And so I run in here and kill this guy. He's pretty easy to solo as a level 80 paladin, especially a ret paladin. Most classes I think could probably solo him pretty easy at level 80. A few may not be able to, maybe clothwares or something like that. He doesn't do a ton of damage, he doesn't have a whole lot of health. I would suggest, though, being really cautious, erring on the side of caution. Here I use Seal of Light as opposed to some other DPS seal, just because I don't want to run the risk of dying. Somebody comes by and ganks you while you're doing this. From what I understand on Molten, that's just the end of the go for you, and you'll have to find two more bindings and start the whole quest all over again. So do not wipe here, be cautious, and you can kill him pretty easily. As you can see, he goes down pretty fast. And he's this impressive monster. Look at him wielding the weapon that you will soon wield. And once he dies, as he dies here, you can loot the item off his body. Drops the weapon just like Ragnaros does. And then you can loot the weapon. Well, the item that gives you the weapon. Dormant Wind-Kissed Blade. And then you take this back to High Lord Demetrius, who is right there on the map. And you can see the weapon there. There's the quest. And turn it in. Rise, Thunderfury. And there you receive the weapon. But you don't get the Feat of Strength until you actually equip it. And there we go. And that is how you achieve Thunderfury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. And please don't spam this in general chat or global chat.